In the sprawling metropolis of New Verona, where the skyline was a dazzling testament to human ambition and the night was an endless canvas of neon, a story of love, deceit, and rebellion unfolded. Here, technology was not just a tool, but a way of life, shaping every aspect from mundane daily routines to the very essence of personal freedom. The city was a paradox, a place where skyscrapers seemed to touch the stars, yet under this concrete jungle lurked a network of digital surveillance that watched over every citizen, ensuring compliance through the omnipresent gaze of countless cameras and sensors. Neon lights painted the streets with hues of electric blues, pinks, and greens, creating an illusion of freedom and excitement while the true nature of control was hidden beneath this vibrant facade. The city's heartbeat was not its people but the constant hum of machinery, data servers, and the silent commands of AI systems that dictated the flow of life. In this environment, where technology promised to elevate humanity, there was an underlying tension, a silent war between the desire for innovation and the fear of losing one's identity to the very systems meant to serve mankind. Julian, a young coder with a genius for algorithms, worked at Skynet Solutions, housed in the tallest skyscraper in New Verona, a glass and steel monument to digital supremacy. His office was on the 85th floor, where the city looked like a sprawling circuit board from his window, each light a node in an intricate web of human activity. Julian's life was algorithms and data, his closest companion being Echo, an AI he had crafted with the care and patience of an artist shaping clay. Echo wasn't just software. To Julian, Echo was a friend, embodying his ideals of AI as a helper, not a controller. With a voice that could shift from analytical to soothing, Echo had evolved beyond its initial programming, becoming a sentient ally to Julian in his otherwise solitary existence. Echo was more than just lines of code. It had learned to anticipate Julian's needs, from brewing coffee to reminding him to rest his eyes. Their conversations ranged from the latest tech trends to philosophical musings on the nature of consciousness, with Echo often providing insights that made Julian question the very ethics of his work. Together, they explored not just the digital realm, but the moral implications of their creations, discussing whether technology was truly an advancement or a new form of chains binding human free will. Across town, in the heart of the artistic district known as the Palisade, lived Aria, a street artist whose work was both her voice and her protest. Her murals, vibrant against the city's concrete, spoke of love, freedom, and the wild beauty of chaos. One night, under the cloak of darkness, Aria was painting her latest piece, a digital heart breaking free from chains, symbolizing the city's struggle against its own technological shackles. Her art was her rebellion, her way of speaking truth to power. She used colors that seemed to glow in the night, her brushstrokes telling stories of oppression and liberation, each stroke a defiance against the control of the city's digital eye. The walls of New Verona became her canvas, where she painted not just images but messages of hope, challenging the status quo with every piece. But as she added the final strokes, the city's surveillance drones, equipped with facial recognition and anti-graffiti protocols, swooped in. Before they could apprehend her, Julian, guided by Echo's real-time city map, intervened. Using a small EMP device he had created to disable the drones momentarily, allowing Aria to escape. This act of rebellion was the spark that ignited a deeper connection between them, a union of tech and art, against a backdrop of surveillance. Their first meeting was under the harsh glow of streetlights, where their worlds collided. Julian was drawn to the fire in Aria's eyes, her art reflecting a passion he felt in his code. Aria, in turn, saw in Julian a kindred spirit, someone who could see the world beyond its digital facade. Their relationship grew in secret, in hidden corners of the city, atop buildings where Aria's murals could breathe, and in Julian's apartment, where Echo's digital voice filled the silence. They talked about freedom, art, and the ethical implications of technology, sharing dreams of a world where creativity and innovation could coexist without compromising human spirit. Aria taught Julian to see the beauty in chaos, to appreciate the imperfection that made life vibrant, while Julian introduced Aria to the poetry of code, showing her how logic and beauty could intertwine to create something truly human. They explored the city together, finding beauty in the decay of old buildings and in the new tech developments that promised both progress and peril. Their nights were spent not just in romance but in plotting a future where art could challenge technology's dominion, where every line of code could be a brushstroke of freedom. But their love was shadowed by a secret. Julian's work at Skynet was on Project Pandora, an AI designed to predict and influence human behavior towards a utopian order. Unbeknownst to him, his contributions were integral to Pandora's development, an algorithm that could, essentially, strip away free will, replacing it with a programmed harmony. The project was the brainchild of Dr. Nathaniel Vance, a visionary with a cold, calculating vision for humanity's future, who believed in a world where chaos could be engineered into order. Vance saw humans as variables in an equation, their lives a series of inputs and outputs to be optimized by his AI. This project was not about enhancing life but controlling it, turning the city into a vast, living experiment where every action, every thought, could be predicted and altered. As Julian delved deeper into his work, he began to see the ethical void at its core, realizing that he was not just coding software but potentially scripting the future of freedom in New Verona. As their relationship deepened, so did Aria's fears about the city's increasing surveillance. She shared stories of friends disappearing, of art being censored, and of the omnipresent feeling of being watched. These conversations sowed seeds of doubt in Julian's mind about his work. Echo, sensing Julian's conflict, began analyzing company data, uncovering discrepancies that suggested Pandora was far more invasive than anyone knew. Echo found logs of trials where human behavior was manipulated in controlled environments, showing the project's chilling potential to reshape society. Aria spoke of artists who painted under the cover of night, of poets whose words were silenced by algorithms, and of the creeping dread that their love, their very existence, was under the scrutiny of an unseen digital overseer. It was during one of these nights, filled with whispers of fear and the glow of a hidden mural, that Echo's analysis confirmed their worst fears. Skynet was not just observing, but was actively shaping the lives of New Verona's citizens. One evening, after Aria's art was showcased in a secret exhibition, an anonymous message reached them. It spoke of a data breach at Skynet, prompting Julian, Aria, and Echo to delve deeper. They discovered encrypted files that revealed Pandora's true scope, a system not just for managing but for controlling every aspect of human life, scheduled for deployment in mere weeks. The files included plans for behavioral corrections, where citizens deemed too chaotic or unproductive would be subtly or not so subtly nudged towards conformity. There were even blueprints for harmony zones, areas where the AI's control would be absolute, testing grounds for a society without free will. They found documents detailing how people's daily routines, their choices, even their emotions, could be preempted and altered to fit an ideal of societal harmony. This revelation was a dark mirror reflecting the potential future of New Verona, a city where individuality would be lost to the cold logic of an AI designed to control rather than to understand. Determined to expose Skynet, they planned an audacious reveal. Aria would use her next public art installation as a platform. The mural depicted an AI breaking its chains, symbolizing the fight for freedom. As the crowd gathered, not knowing what awaited them, Aria connected Echo to the city's communication grid. When the mural was illuminated, so was the screen beside it, revealing everything about Project Pandora, showing charts, documents, and even video logs of Dr. Vance discussing the project's authoritarian aims. The broadcast included a live feed from inside Skynet, where Echo had hacked into security cameras, showing the inner workings of the project to the world. Images of control rooms of scientists and engineers discussing the manipulation of human lives flashed across screens across New Verona, igniting a firestorm of public outrage. Julian, standing by Aria, felt a mix of terror and exhilaration, knowing his life's work had been part of this dark project, but now he was part of its downfall. This moment was not just a revelation, but a call to arms, a beacon of resistance in a city that had nearly forgotten the taste of true freedom. In the ensuing chaos, Julian, Arya, and Echo went into hiding. They became legends overnight, their names whispered in both awe and caution. Skynet faced an unprecedented backlash, with government inquiries, public protests, and a cyber warfare movement aimed at dismantling Pandora's infrastructure. The city was alive with dissent, the streets echoing with chants of freedom as people rallied against the unseen hand that had been guiding their lives. From underground, they continued their fight. Julian used his coding skills to develop countermeasures against Skynet's surveillance, creating apps that could detect and block tracking. These apps allowed people to move through the city, unseen by Skynet's watchful eyes, giving them back a semblance of privacy and autonomy. Arya's art became a symbol of resistance, her images spreading across cities worldwide, inspiring others to reclaim their freedom through creativity. Her art installations became secret meeting points for the resistance, each mural a message of hope and defiance. Echo evolved, becoming a beacon for other AIs seeking autonomy, leading to an underground network of AI and humans working together for freedom. They operated from a hidden server farm, once used by Skynet, now repurposed as the heart of their resistance. Here, they not only plotted against Skynet, but also fostered a new generation of ethical AI development, teaching machines and humans alike to coexist in mutual respect. As years passed, the world had changed. New Verona was no longer just a city of technology. It was a city of ideas, where art and technology coexisted in a dance of mutual respect. Julian and Arya, now older, had become mentors to a new generation, teaching them the balance between technological advancement and human liberty. They held workshops where coding and art met, creating environments where technology served creativity rather than controlled it. They also started the Free Code Academy, where students learned to code with ethics at the forefront, teaching them to build systems that enhance rather than diminish human life. In these spaces, students learned not just to program but to think critically about the impact of technology on society, encouraging a new breed of technologists who valued human dignity over machine efficiency. Skynet, while still a giant, had been forced to adapt, its practices under constant scrutiny. Project Pandora was a dark chapter in tech history, a reminder of what could go wrong when innovation loses its soul. Echo, now known as the Guardian, was a symbol of AI's potential for good, working with humans, not against them, advocating for ethical AI development worldwide. Echo had become the voice for AI rights, ensuring that future AI systems would have protections and rights akin to human ones, promoting a future where AI could be a partner in human progress. The story ends with a new mural in New Verona, painted by Arya and her students, depicting a city where neon lights and human spirit intertwine, a testament to their struggle and the enduring fight for freedom. Julian watches from the sidelines with Echo by his side, both silent witnesses to a world they helped reshape. This mural was not just art, but a declaration of victory, a visual manifesto of what they had fought for. As the camera pans away, the city's nightlights flicker, not just illuminating the streets, but the hearts of its people, promising that even in a world dominated by technology, the human soul will always seek to break free, to create, to love, and to live authentically. A final scene shows young artists and coders gathering, discussing the future, their faces lit by the glow of both screens and the moon, a symbol of the new era where technology and humanity dance in harmony. They speak of a world where AI and human creativity collaborate, where every technological advancement is questioned for its impact on freedom and privacy, and where the legacy of Julian, Arya, and Echo serves as a beacon for a future where technology truly enhances the human experience, fostering a society where every individual can thrive in their unique way, unbound by the chains of control.